Today we will be having our master class or a free lecture about renal failure. Okay, so yeah. So first and foremost, guys, we have your acute renal failure. Okay. So by the way, we have two types of renal failure. We have your acute and we have your chronic. Now, speaking about acute renal failure, okay, this is reversible. So these are the characteristic of acute renal failure nurses. So reversible. So we say reversible, guys. Your patient can recover. Okay. So first and foremost, we have reversible. So the meaning of this one class, the patient can recover. Okay, can recover. Now next one, sudden. Okay, so biglaan. Okay, so when you say acute renal failure, it is reversible. The patient can recover. Then sudden or biglaan. And the third one, kidney function loss. Okay, the kidney function loss class there is incomplete. Okay, so we have your incomplete kidney function loss. Unlike your chronic renal failure, there is a complete kidney function loss. Okay, so reversible, sudden, and the last one is you have your kidney function loss. There is incomplete kidney function loss. Okay, so that's it. Now, how about next? Okay, we will be talking about, guys, what are the types of renal failure and what are the causes of each type. Okay, so number one is we have pre-renal. Okay, pre-renal. So I say pre-renal, guys, from the result of pre, that means before. Okay, so ang cause is we have your before kidney. Okay, so again, we have your pre-renal. So again, we have your before kidney. Okay, so we have your before kidney. So guys, what is the possible cause of this one? So number one is your decrease, or should we say pre-renal, that means decreased perfusion. Okay, decreased perfusion or decreased renal perfusion. So this could be related to your decreased circulation. Okay, this could be related to the decreased circulation, guys. Okay, next one. So what are the possible cause? Okay, so number one is hemorrhage. Okay, so we all know we have your hemorrhage or bleeding. So it can lead to shock, no? Can lead to hypovolemic shock or hypovolemia. Okay, and even class it can lead to shock. So we always know that if there is shock, there is decreased circulation to the kidney. Okay, so that is again before kidney. No? So can lead to hypovolemia, then shock. So of course, guys, there is blood loss. Okay, so positive blood loss dito. So it will also decrease your renal perfusion. Okay, it will decrease your renal perfusion class. Okay, so how about next one? Next, another possible cause of pre-renal is the impaired cardiac output. Okay? Impaired cardiac output. Because remember, guys, your urine output is dependent on the cardiac output. Okay? So, pag hindi maganda ang cardiac output, hindi maganda ang circulation papuntang kidney, then eventually, it will lead to renal failure. Okay? So, what are the things that impairs the cardiac output class? Okay? So, we have your number one is we have your CHF. Okay? What else? Okay. Kapag decrease ang oxygen to the heart muscle, so we have your MI. So we have your MI and we have your angina. Angina and MI. And possible we have your CAD. Okay? Or the coronary artery disease. Okay? So we have your CHF, MI, okay, angina and CAD. So again, these are the pre-renal cause. Okay? So before kidney na cause. So ang dahilan class is nag-decrease ang circulation to the kidney. Okay. And then the third one, DM. So a lot of people baka magtanong kayo, bakit nagde-dialysis na ito na diabetes man ito? Di ba? Okay. So next one is you have your DM because of course when say DM plus increase ang blood glucose. Okay? There is increased blood glucose, guys. And the tendency, guys, if increase ang blood glucose nurses, we will have your increased viscosity of the blood. Okay, increased viscosity of the blood. Then if increase ang viscosity of the blood, it will also decrease the renal perfusion. Okay, so decrease renal perfusion or renal circulation. Okay, So, renal perfusion or renal circulation natin, guys. And another thing, we also have your dehydration. Okay? Sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay, we have your last one is happening to this. Okay, I'll just write it here. Dehydration also. Okay? So, we have your dehydration. So, again, it's very easy. So, when we say pre-renal, the cause is before kidney. Okay? Before kidney. Okay, now, how about number 2? Okay, so by the way, guys, okay, if you are watching the live right now, you can comment on the comment section, guys, from where you are watching from. Okay, number 2. Your number 2, guys, is you have your intrarenal. Okay, so we have your intrarenal. So when I say intrarenal, guys, this means within kidney. So what is the cause? So we have your kidney damage. So within the kidney talaga ang dahilan nito. So what are the example? We have your pyelonephritis. Okay, pyelonephritis, because of course nephron is part of the kidney, right? Okay, so your pyelonephritis 1. So number 2 is AGN, okay, or your acute glomerulonephritis. So by the way, this could be related to a history of GABS, no? Okay, a history of GABS infection, okay? And then another one is acute tubular necrosis. Okay, so you have your acute tubular necrosis. So what are the possible cause of acute tubular necrosis? Plus, this could be related to burns. This could be related to, actually, we have your crush injury. Because guys, if there are burns, if there are crush injury, yung cell is matamaan. Yung cell madamage. Pag madamage ang cell, plus naglalabas yan ng myoglobin. Tapos, it is nephrotoxic. So, myoglobin is a protein which are released, guys, kapag may mga myocardial damage, or shall we say, mga muscle damage. Okay? And then another one, we have, okay, I think we have your crush injury also here. So speaking about crush injury, class, it release the myoglobin. Then this is considered nephrotoxic. We have your nephrotoxicity. Okay, and the next one, kidney tumor. Okay, so when I say kidney tumor, guys, always remember, pag sinabing kidney tumor, we have your, okay, perfect example is the Wilms tumor. So perfect example is you have your Wilms tumor. And of course, substances, okay? So we have your nephrotoxic substances is also the next one. So when you say nephrotoxic substances, we have so many classes. Like for example, guys, the drug, no? Okay, so speaking about the drugs, okay, of course, very common example is we have your NSAIDs. Okay, we have also the ACE inhibitors. Okay, ACE inhibitors. Okay, what else? We can also have some of the antibiotics. So these are nephrotoxic, guys, okay, drugs. So apart from drugs, what else? So again, pyelonephritis, okay, so we have your AGN, that could be related to the history of GABS. So of course, it is affecting the glomerulus and the nephron. Remember, nephron is the unit of the kidney. And we have your acute tubular necrosis. Of course, the tubule is part of the kidney. Then we have your crush injury, okay, it releases myoglobin, okay. And we have your kidney tumor. Example is Wilms tumor. And substances. So for the substances class, we have your nephrotoxic substances or the drug. Then possible also class the lead. Okay, so these are chemical or substances that are nephrotoxic to the kidney. Okay, so it can be seen class lalo na sa mga water that is contaminated. Okay, or sa mga toys na galing China, or sa mga, even the soil class, no? That's why kapag may mga bata po tayo, guys, at saka naglalaro ng mga soil, you have to wash the hands, no? Because the lead might be there in the soil also. And another one, guys, we have, okay, we have the dye. Okay? So, dye is very common sa mga procedures natin. Okay? So, the iodine-based dye. So, if ever the dye goes into the kidney, it is toxic to the kidney. That's why when you have, or when the patient is having procedure, having dye, what is your nursing instruction to the patient? What is your nursing instruction to the patient? Nurses, ang mga nasa loob, what is your instruction to your patient? Okay. By the way, guys, can you, okay, maano ba natin? Ayan, can you type in the chat box? Okay. Yan. Okay, we have, okay, Ma'am Cheryl. Okay, so we have check for allergy. Okay, aside from checking of the allergy, after, ma'am. Okay, the checking of allergy is before. Very good, Ma'am Cheryl. Okay, How about after? Okay, we have to instruct the patient to increase fluid, no? Okay. So because your dye is nephrotoxic. So we have to you have to tell the patient, instruct the patient, okay, increase your fluid, okay? So aside from that one, okay, checking of the creatinine, the BUN, so those are some important things. But of course, one way to prevent or to minimize the toxicity is increase fluid, okay? Now, how about the next one? Ang next natin is we will go now to your post-renal, okay? The post-renal cause. Now, speaking about the post-renal cause, okay, we will have your after. Okay, okay, so we have your okay, we have your after kidney. Okay, so when you say the post-renal guys is di ba post, so after kidney, the cause of this one is obstruction below the kidney. Okay, so there is obstruction below the kidney, guys. Okay, so what will happen? So if there is obstruction below the kidney, there is a urine backflow. Okay, so urine backflow, so there is a reflux of the urine. Then what will happen, class, if mag-backflow si urine, class, it will lead now to your increase ang kidney pressure. Okay? And possible class mag-dilate ang kidney. So in the long run, it can lead to renal failure also. Okay? So by the way, what are the possible cause of this one? So possible causes of this one is we have your, my mnemonics ako dito guys, BAS. Okay? What is BAS, nurses? Okay, B stands for BPH. Okay? The B stands for BPH or the benign prostatic hypertrophy. So pag sinabing BPH class, your prostate, lumalaki po yan. So it is surrounding the urethra. No? Okay, it is surrounding the urethra. Okay. How about next, guys? Okay, ang number 2 is we have your letter U, it's urethral strictures. Okay, it's urethral strictures. Okay, so we say strictures class, or we have your narrowing. Okay, we have your strictures or we have your narrowing. Okay, so for a while guys, I'll just get some hot water. Okay, so urethral strictures or we have your narrowing. And the last one guys, we have the stones. Stones or we have your calculi. Okay, the stones or we have your calculi class. And of course, these stones or calculi is after kidney. Okay, this is after kidney. So again, when you say post-renal, these are the cause of the renal failure after the kidney. So most probably there is obstruction, okay, below the kidney. There is obstruction below the kidney. Okay. Now, how about next? Okay, so basically, class, those are the 3 types, no, of your acute renal failure. So we have your pre-renal, okay, we have your post-renal, and pre-renal, we have your intrarenal and the post-renal. Okay, so hope you get it, guys. Okay, now how about next one? Let's proceed. What are the phases of your renal failure? So may tatlong phases din ito, guys. Okay, so first one, okay, we have your oliguric. Okay, first one is oliguric phase. So some book will say, okay, so by the way, you can write it here, phases. Okay, phases of your renal failure. So, some book will say 1 to 2 weeks, but class in Brunner and Sudart, it could be 10 to 20 days ang duration. But anyway, that is still almost the same, diba? Okay, almost the same. So, what is happening here? So, from the word itself, oliguric, okay, ang meaning ng oliguric class is decrease ang urine output. Okay, decrease ang urine output. So, basically, class, if per day, it is less than 400 ml per day. Okay, less than 400 ml per day. So decrease urine output. Okay, or if per hour, okay, it is we have your less than 30 ml per hour. Okay, and how about the labs here, class? So ang laboratory natin dito guys is increase ang BUN, okay, and increase ang creatinine. Okay, so increase ang BUN at saka increase ang creatinine. Okay. Now, how about next one, the second phase? The second phase, class, is diuretic. So diuretic runs 2 to 6 weeks. And speaking about here, class, of course, there is increased urine output. Okay? So by the way, class, I would like to highlight this one, the oliguric phase, because usually, class, pag sinabing acute renal failure, that is the initial sign and symptom. Okay? So pag tinatanong, what is the first sign of renal failure? Okay, so ang sagot natin is oliguria. Okay, very good. So how about next? So same pa rin, guys. Okay, we have your increased BUN and creatinine. And then recovery. Okay, so I always tell to the patient here, the patient has a chance here to recover. So it runs 3 to 12 months, depende, guys. And of course, dito, guys, nag-normal na ang urine output. Okay, normal urine output. And of course, class, dito din, class, mag-normal ang laboratories. Okay, so dito is still, it could be still increased BUN and increased creatinine. Okay, so if the patient recovers, so dahan-dahan nang mag-normalize, no? Okay, gradually mag-normal ang ating mga laboratory. Okay, so those are the phases, guys. Okay, now let's go to the chronic renal failure. Okay, so let's go now. So when you say chronic renal failure, guys, okay, there is the entire, okay, kidney function loss. Okay, entire kidney function loss. So in short, the function loss, class, is total. Okay, or we have your complete. Okay, total or complete ang function loss ni patient. Okay, what are the cause? Okay, basically, guys, if you will be asked, what is the leading cause of chronic renal failure? Okay, the leading cause, guys, is DM. Okay, number one is we have your DM. So, guys, I would like you to highlight this one. Okay, this is the leading cause talaga. That's why hindi kayo nagtataka or hindi ba kayo nagtataka na, hey, diabetes man lang to nga. Bakit nagka-renal fail, bakit nagka-dialysis na or bakit nagkakaroon ng dialysis? Okay, so yun ang dahilan. Because your diabetes, guys, is related to the renal failure. Okay? Ang diabetes natin related to renal failure. So, of course, we all know that if the patient has diabetes, guys, increase ang viscosity of the blood, malapot ang dugo ni patient. Okay? Viscosity of the blood. So, pag increase ang viscosity ng blood, it will decrease the renal circulation. Okay? Decrease circulation. And it will also decrease the renal perfusion. Okay? Renal perfusion. How about number 2? Okay, number 2, guys, hypertension. Classmate ni sila, guys. Okay, sa mga nurses, okay. So, si diabetes at saka hypertension, always classmate talaga to, okay. So, again, same principle. Pag hypertension, class, we will also have your decreased renal perfusion. Okay? Pero leading ang DM. Okay? The leading cause is we have your DM. How about number 3? Okay, chronic glomerulonephritis. So basically, class, there is inflammation of the kidney. Okay, so there is inflammation of the kidney nurses. All right. Now, how about next? Okay, and the next one is the toxins. So again, that's what I have discussed earlier, class. What are the possible nephrotoxic substances? Okay, so I think we can put here nephrotoxic substances. So what are the nephrotoxic substances, class? Of course, we have your drug. No? So example of the drug is you have your NSAIDs again. Okay. Possible antibiotics. Okay. And we have your ACE inhibitors. So I'll just put here. Okay. ACE. Okay. Inhibitors. Okay. What else? Okay. Based on our lecture kanina, ano pang mga nephrotoxic substances, mga nurses? Okay, we have your, yeah, very good, Ma'am Laika, no? Okay, Sir Alexis and Ma'am Lovely. Okay, we have your lead, okay, and we have your dye, no? The dye that is being used, class, for procedure. So we have your iodine dye or iodine base na mga dye. So that's why again, okay, one of the management, class, to prevent your nephrotoxicity related dry is to increase the fluid. So also, if you are taking this kind of drug, NSAIDs, antibiotics, we have to increase the fluids, class. Okay? We have to increase the fluids, nurses. Okay, so that's it. So what I would like you to highlight here, class, Okay, or nurses, we have your diabetes. Okay, DM. Okay. Now, how about before go to the pathophysiology, we have stages of this one class. Before may mga name yan, pero ngayon, it is based on stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Okay? So, nurses. Okay. What are the stages of chronic renal failure? So, it is based on the GFR or the glomerular filtration rate. So, ang normal na GFR class is we have your 125 ml per minute. No? Okay, that is the normal GFR. So, guys, pag stage 1 siya, guys, okay, your GFR is we have your 90, okay, ml per minute. So, konti pa rin. Kasi, ito yung base natin ha. This is the normal, guys, na GFR. 125 ml per minute ang normal na GFR. So, pag mag-90 siya, that's stage 1. Okay. How about ang stage 2, guys? Okay, ang stage 2, okay, is having a GFR of 60 to 89 ml per minute. Okay? 60 to 89 ml per minute. Okay. How about next one, class? Stage 3. Okay. Ang stage 3 natin is ang kanyang GFR. Okay. Is we have your 30 to 59. Okay. ml per minute. And next one, ang stage 4. Okay. So, pag sinabi naman stage 4, guys, ang GFR natin is we have your 15, okay, to 29 ml per minute. Okay? ml per minute. And next one, class, we have your stage 5. So, stage 5 is we have a GFR, okay, of less than 15. Okay? Less than 15 ml per minute. So, pag dumating na po dito, guys, sa stage 5, it can lead to your ESRD. So, it can lead to your ESRD. So, what is ESRD? We have your end-stage renal disease. No? Okay, so those are the stages, guys. So, madali lang man siya, guys, because, of course, for nurses, we have your minus 30, 30, 30. Diba? So, 90, minus 30, 60, minus 30, 30 na lang. Okay, dito lang siya nagkaiba, guys, kasi 15. No? Okay, so those are the stages. Okay? So, guys, if you want to screenshot, okay? Screenshot now. Okay, so how about next? Okay, let's proceed. Okay. Ang next natin is we have the pathophysiology. So, guys, ang pathophysiology natin, I'll base this one on the function of the kidney. Tapos kapag masira si kidney, so ito na pong mga signs and symptoms. Okay. So, like for example, number 1, one of the function of the kidney is to filter. Right? Okay. One of the function of the kidney is to filter. So, what happened, guys, kapag masira si kidney? So, kapag nasira si kidney, there is your decreased GFR. Okay? There is decreased GFR. So, nurses, if your GFR has decreases, what are the signs and symptoms? So, number 1 is oliguria. So, di ba, I always tell you this class, you say oliguria class, we have your decreased urine output. Okay? Or less than 400 ml per day. Okay. So that's why in the board exam, pag tinatanong sa board exam class, what is the first sign and symptom of renal failure? Okay. Your answer is oliguria. Okay. Your answer is oliguria. So you can highlight this one. Okay. So decrease urine output, less than 400 ml per day. Okay. That is a first sign and symptom. So you will be asked, class, what is a first sign and symptom of renal failure? Oliguria. Okay. Or sometimes, guys, in the future, kapag mag-take kayo ng mga foreign exam, it could not be oliguria. They will be giving you options such as less than 400 ml per day. Okay? So, per day plus, ang normal natin siguro, guys, mga around, kung 30 to 60 ml per hour, so mga around 700 to 1,400 okay, ml or 1,500, something like that ang ihi natin. Okay? So, or maximum to 2,000. Okay. So, dito, guys, is mababa. Okay? Mababa ang per day. Or kapag per hour, less than 30 ml per hour. How about next, guys? Okay. Ang next one is we have your anuria. So, from the words of anuria, anong ibig sabihin natin dito, mga nurses? So, this is absent. Okay? Anuria. But, plus, this could be less than 10 to 50. Okay? ml per day. Okay? Kay Brunner kasi guys is less than 50 ml, no? Then there are some other books na less than 10. So imagine class, okay? Yung ihi mo. Imagine ang 10 ml, napakaliit lang ng 10 ml. So that's why absent, di ba? Absent of the urine. Okay. How about next guys? Ang number 3, proteinuria. Okay? Number 3 is proteinuria. So normally guys, itong dapat tandaan natin ha. Dapat walang protein ang ihi. Because ang protein, mga large molecule man or large particle ang protein. So kung may protein ang ihi, anong ibig sabihin yan? Okay, that means damage si kidney. No? So we have your proteinuria. So of course, we have your positive, okay, protein, okay, in the urine. So pag may protein plus ang urine natin, class, that means positive damage. Okay? Damage ang kidneys natin. So nakuha ha? So again, if your filtration rate or if the filtering function of the kidney is affected, so these are the signs and symptoms. And class, how do you characterize the urine class if may protein? So ang urine, ang characteristic is CSF, hindi to cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, so what is this one guys? Okay, so this one guys is cloudy ang urine. Okay? Smoky ang urine. Ayan. Or foamy. Okay? Foamy ang urine. Cloudy, smoky, or foamy ang mga urine natin. So, yun po guys. Okay? So, these are the signs and symptoms. Okay, nakuha. Okay, next one. What's the other function of the kidney, sir? So if you are writing your notes, class, okay, please write your notes there. Okay. Or you can do a screenshot if you want also. Now, another function of your kidney is to regulate the fluids and electrolyte. Okay? So, nurses, here we go. So kapag masisira si kidney, your kidney cannot regulate. So, no fluid electrolyte regulation. Okay? So what will happen, sir? So pag hindi ma-regulate si fluid, guys, okay, hypertension will happen. So I would like you to highlight this one. Okay? Sir, bakit hypertension si patient, sir? This is related to the retention. Okay? Retention of the fluids. Okay? So hypertension related to the retention of the fluids. So of course, pag ma-retain si fluids, class, what will happen? It will result into the hypervolemia. Hypervolemia. So, there is increased blood volume. So, kapag increase ang blood volume, tataas ang blood pressure. Kasi hindi na-regulate ni kidney. Okay? Ang fluids and electrolyte. Then, another one. Okay, we also have number 2, edema. So, we all know edema, class. This is your accumulation of fluid. Accumulation of fluid, okay, where in the interstitial space compartment, interstitial, okay, space compartment, okay. But in the board exam, hindi naman ganito ang board exam. What is the meaning of edema? Hindi ganyan ang board exam. Your board exam, guys, is application, okay. So, how is it applied? So, of course, when you say edema, class, this is best indicated by tight shoes. Pag sinabi ni patient, nurse, mukhang masikip ng sapatos ko, nurse. Di ba? Have your tight shoes. Ano pa? We have your increase circumference or increase ang leg circumference. So, hindi pantay, no? Okay. So, kumbaga, class, makaya isang paa malaki kaysa isang paa. So when you are going to have your measuring tape, okay, hindi pantay. But usually, if systemic naman, class, basta makikita lang may edema, no? Nag-swell, namanas. Okay, pag Tagalog. Now, how about next class? Okay, number 3, ascites. Okay, so we have your ascites. So, si ascites naman, guys, is we have your accumulation. Okay, we have your accumulation of fluid. Okay, so saan po ito, guys? In the abdominal cavity. Okay? Or if there's no abdominal cavity, peritoneal cavity. Okay? Peritoneal cavity. So, guys, in the board exam, okay? How is it applied in the board exam? So sa board exam class, sabi nila class na increase abdominal girth. Okay? So we have your increased abdominal girth. So yun po ang mga dapat tandaan natin. So ang mga karaniwang lumalabas, hindi naman sinasabi na what is ascites, hindi ganon. So sa board exam class, it is more on application. So increase abdominal girth. So sa edema class, it will be tight shoes. Okay? Increase ang leg circumference. And the last but not the least class, sir, anong mga electrolyte ang hindi ma-regulate? Ano muna ako ng kape, guys. Very early morning here in America. Okay, so nurses, ito. We have increased electrolyte. Okay, now, speaking of increased electrolyte, okay, what are the electrolyte na mag-increase in the blood? So, of course, guys, we have your sodium. So, importante na malalaman natin to because pagdating ng nursing management mamaya, mayroong diet. So, anong diet? So, of course, kapag alam natin ang pathophysiology, alam natin ang management, it will follow. So, what are the electrolytes that are increased? Sodium, hypernatremia. Okay, what else? Potassium. Potassium. Okay, what else, guys? We can also have the phosphorus. Okay, so sodium, potassium, okay, and we have your phosphorus. Okay, so yun po ang mga dapat tandaan natin. So again, we have your sodium, potassium, and we have your phosphorus. Okay, sodium, potassium, and we have your phosphorus, guys. So those are the three. And you should know this one, Okay, so especially mga May takers, okay, kailangan malalaman natin to. So what are the three, okay, electrolytes that are increased or retained in the blood? Sodium, potassium, and of course, we have your phosphorus. Okay, sodium, potassium, and we have your phosphorus. All right. Now, ang next natin, guys, is we have your cannot excrete the toxins. Okay, or guys, one of the function of your kidney is to excrete the waste product. Okay, excrete the waste product. So guys, okay, if ever your patient cannot excrete the toxin, what will happen? What will happen? Okay, so ma-retain ang waste products. Okay, so what are the waste products, sir? So some of the waste product, guys, is we have your urea. Okay, we have your urea. What else? We have your creatinine. These are the waste products. So one of the function of the kidney, ipalabas to. But pag masira si kidney, hindi mapalabas. No? So waste products are retained. So urea, creatinine. So what will happen, sir? So taas sila sa blood. Okay? And may medical term ito, guys. Okay? Anong medical term natin? Yes, cannot exit into the body. Yes, Ma'am Jacqueline, that's very true. No? Okay, correct. Okay? Increase, okay, yung mga sumasagot pala. Shout out to Ma'am Merly, Ma'am Laika, Sir Alexis, Ma'am Lovely Joy, Kiano, and Ma'am Jacqueline. Yes, it cannot exit, hindi may palabas, class. So that's why, guys, they are increased in the blood kasi hindi sila may palabas. So question, what is the term? Anong term natin dito, guys? We will have your, azotemia. Okay? So, we will have your azotemia, guys. So, term is azotemia. And the next one, okay, uric crystals. So, of course, another thing, class, na hindi may palabas, class, is ang uric acid crystals. Okay? Uric acid crystals. So, what will be the result, sir? Magkakaroon tayo ng uremic frost. Uremic frost. Okay? So, pag may uremic frost, class, or kapag maraming uric acid crystal, hindi malayo, class, na ang patient mag-itch na sa sway pala na ang patient na may renal failure magkati-kati. Mga tikati na siya, guys. Okay? So, guys, please highlight this one. Okay? Please highlight this one. So, ang uric crystals, it will be retained in the blood. Okay? So, that's why mag-uremic frost. Ito yung uremic frost, guys. Yan. Uremic frost. Para siyang mag-asin-asin. And then, another one, the breath odor. Ang breath odor, class, is parang urine. no? Parang ihi. Okay. So may term naman ito, guys. We have your uremic fetor. Okay? Uremic fetor. So parang ammoniacal. Sa amin sa Bisaya, ang tawag yan, anso. Anso. Okay. So again, ang breath odor ni patient, urine. Okay? Ang breath odor ni patient, urine. And class, these waste product class which are in the blood, possible class na mag-ano yan sa ulo natin. No? Possible pupunta sa brain. So that's why class, we will have your impaired neurologic functioning. Okay? So magkakaroon tayo ng impaired neurologic functioning, guys. Now, speaking about impaired neurologic functioning, we will have your decrease LOC. Okay? Decrease ang LOC natin. Sorry. So by the way, when you say decrease LOC, what are the signs and symptoms of this one? So guys, we can have your confusion. If you can remember, di ba? Pag decrease ang LOC, kaya pala sir, maganito ang patient natin, sir. What else? Disorientation. Okay? Confusion, disorientation. What else? Restlessness. Okay? CDR, no? Irritability. So maging irritable ang patient, irritability. Okay? What else pa, guys? Possible also class ang patient natin class mag-dizziness. Okay? Lethargy. So yan, because class grabe ang accumulation of the waste product. Very good. Okay. Sir Robert, yeah. And it can lead to, irritability. Ma'am Shelly, lovely joy. Very good. And eventually, yeah, it can lead to coma in the future. So that could be one of the, how do you call this one? One of the complication, no? Possible. And that's why, class, may mga, sir, bakit mamatay ang patient na may renal failure, sir? Because this is a systemic disorder, no? Systemic ang disorder natin. So, yun po, guys, ang mga dapat tandaan natin, guys. Yeah, so eventually, mag-coma pa si patient. All right, now, how about the next one? Let's proceed. Okay, let's go to the next one, guys. We will have your, another function of your kidney is, we have erythropoietin production. Diba? Magpuproduce ang erythropoietin. So, guys, pag sira si kidney, what will happen? Decrease ang erythropoietin production. Okay? Decrease ang erythropoietin production. So, by the way, when you say erythropoietin production, okay, so this is the one that will stimulate your bone marrow para mag-produce RBC. Okay? Simulate the bone marrow para mag-produce RBC. Guys. Give me 1 sec, guys. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so we have your decreased erythropoietin production. Okay, sorry, guys. Okay. Ayun, medyo miyak yung baby ko, guys. Anyway, my wife is there. So we have your decreased erythropoietin production. So, guys, your kidney produce the erythropoietin, and then ang function erythropoietin mag-simulate sa bone marrow para mag-produce RBC. So if ever, class, okay, mag-decrease ang erythropoietin production, of course, we will have decreased RBC production. Okay? Decreased RBC production. So kapag sira pala si kidney, yan ang relationship, guys. Okay? Kasi ang kidney nagpo-produce ng erythropoietin. So pag decrease erythropoietin, decrease ang RBC production. Pag decrease ang RBC production, what will happen, class? Possible ang patient mag-anemia. Okay? Mag-anemia. And you know, if there is anemia, what is the number 1 sign and symptom of anemia? Or what is the most common sign and symptom of your anemia, guys? Your answer is, okay, we have your fatigue. Okay? Ang tamang sagot natin is we have your fatigue, guys. Okay, so again, tamang sagot natin is we have your fatigue. So that's why, class, your patient, class, will always say, nakakapagod. Nakakapagod na talaga to. Napapagod na ako. That is the sign and symptom. Aside from that one, pag walang fatigue, we have your tiredness. Okay? Weakness. Yan. So ang patient, weak, guys. Okay, what else? We have your pallor. Okay? So we have your pallor. So, yun po, guys, ang mga dapat tandaan natin, ha? Okay, yan po mga dapat tandaan natin. Okay? Ay, kaya pala sir. That's why guys, I would like you to highlight this one class. Pag may renal failure ang isang pasyente, we will have your fatigue. Okay? We will have your fatigue. Okay. Now, how about next one class? Okay, let's proceed. We'll go to diagnostic tests. Okay, so basically class, you will be asked, or nurses, you'll be asked, what are the diagnostic tests to check for the renal failure? Of course, we have your number one is creatinine. So I would like you to highlight this one. Okay, so you have your serum creatinine. Okay, you have your serum creatinine. So, of course, the specimen is the blood. So normally, okay, ang normal na creatinine level natin guys is 0.5 to 1.5 mg per dl. Okay? So what will be the result here? So ang resulta natin guys, of course, di ba? When you go back, pag sira si kidney, anong nangyari class? Hindi maipalabas, hindi ma-exit sa body, hindi ma-excrete sa body. So saan dumadami si creatinine? Sa blood. So that's why it is increased in the blood. So pag increase ang creatinine sa blood natin, anong ibig sabihin? So ang ibig sabihin nito is positive, okay, damage. Yan, okay. We have your damage ang kidney. Or we have your renal failure. Very good, Ma'am Jackie. Very good, Sir Robert. Ay, okay, shout out sa mga estudyante ko dito na nakikinig. Shout out to Sir Robert and Ma'am Jacqueline. Thank you. And Ma'am Lovely, no? Restlessness kanina. Okay, so we will have your fatigue. Okay, so damaged kidney, guys. Okay, so that is the result. Ayun. Now, how about the second one? Ang second natin is we have BUN. Okay, of course, when you say BUN class, this is your blood urea nitrogen. We have your blood urea nitrogen nurses. Okay, now speaking about blood urea nitrogen, guys, okay, anong mga dapat tandaan natin dito na normal? Okay, basically class, iba-iba ang mga normal values ng mga libro, guys. Pero para easier lang po, okay, we have your 10 to 20. Okay, so mg per dl. Okay, 10 to 20 mg per dl. That's the normal value of your BN. But may mga libro kasi class na 8 to 25, may mga 8, may mga 10 to 23. Okay, para mas madali nating maanuhan. Okay, we have your 10 to 20. Okay? Actually, tinanong ko dito ang kaibigan naming medtech guys. Tapos sabi ko, bakit may ibang mga normal value? It will depend on the machine. So, depende pala yan sa machine. And then, we have the R. Okay. Ang result plus is again increase. So, pag increase ang result, okay, we have your positive pa rin sa damaged kidney. Okay? We have your damaged ang kidney ni patient. Ayan. Okay? Pero, of course, between the two class, we have to choose creatinine. Okay? We have to choose creatinine. All right. Now, how about number 3? Okay, let's go to number 3. We have your serum electrolyte. So, speaking about serum electrolyte, guys, okay, what are the electrolytes that are affected? Of course, first one, sodium. What is the normal sodium, by the way? The normal sodium is 135 to 145. Okay, this is MEQ per liter. Next, potassium. So, si potassium naman, guys, is 3.5, okay, to 5. Okay, so we have your MEQ per liter. Okay, MEQ per liter. And then we have your phosphorus. Okay, so phosphorus, guys, it is 2.5 to 4.5. Some book 3 to 4.5. Okay, but this one is mg per dl. Okay, now how about the result? Of course, guys, kung alam na natin ang pathophysiology class, madali na lang ito because ang diagnostic test natin magbe-base lang naman, no? Okay, so what will be the result, guys? So ang result is, of course, ang tatlong ito are increase. Okay, how about the calcium, sir? Your calcium is inversely proportional with your phosphorus. Okay, so that's why the calcium class is decreased. Okay, so copy? Okay, permission na iinom ako ng copy, ng copy, guys. Okay, so copy everyone. Okay, so as simple as that, no? Okay, now, how about the next one, class? We're almost done. No? We'll have the drugs and then the nursing management. Okay, so guys, okay, here we go. Okay, we will go now to the drugs. Now, speaking about the drugs class, we have your number 1 is Kayexalate. Okay, we have your kayaksilate. So, when you say kayaksilate class, the action is it promotes exchange of sodium ions with the potassium ions. Sodium ions with the potassium ions. Okay. So, what will happen, guys? So, nurses, when you say kayaksilate, guys, okay, we have two. We have two parang action of this one. So, it promotes transport of the potassium to the cell. Or guys, ito pinaka-common class, it excretes, okay? It excretes the potassium via the stool. Okay? Excrete potassium via the stool. So that's why if ever magtanong sa board exam, sir, what is a sign of effectiveness? So what is the effect of the drug? So it decreases your serum potassium. Okay? It decreases the serum potassium. By the way, I would like you to highlight this one. Okay, excrete potassium. So, another question. So, sir, anong route natin dito? Anyway, class, I will not further discuss the drug because we have pharmacology naman, no? Okay, so, speaking of your kayaksilate, okay, what is the route of this one? So, we have your, it could be, we can have it enema. Okay, may iba naman oral, guys, okay? Then, we can have it enema also. All right. Okay, so kayaksilate promotes exchange of sodium ions with potassium ions. Then it excretes the potassium via the stool. Or it also transport the potassium back to the cell. Basta ang goal natin dito is to decrease the serum potassium. So ipa-decrease ang potassium in the blood. Okay. That is kayaksilate. Ayan, very good. Ayan. Okay, how about next? Okay. Yes, sir. Tama, Sir Robert. It's used in increased potassium to lower it. Yeah, because of course, if you have renal failure, you have high potassium in the blood. Number 2. Okay. Ang number 2 natin, guys, is insulin. Sir, di ba insulin, sir, para sa diabetes to, sir? Yes. Pero ang insulin class is for short term or for emergency. Okay? For emergency to. Kasi mas mabilis tong insulin natin. So, as we all know, when you say insulin class, it transport. Okay? Transport both the glucose, okay, and the potassium, guys, okay, to the cell. To the cell. Pinapunta nila ang glucose and the potassium to the cell. So, one na pinapunta ang potassium. Okay? So, it lowers potassium in the blood. Okay? So, it lowers the potassium in the blood. Kasi pinapunta nila sa cell. So, hindi lang pala glucose ang pinapunta ni insulin into the cell, pati si potassium. So, pang emergency siya. So, kumbaga, class, pang short term po ito, guys. So, I have pang short term. Okay? So, take note of that. So, again, insulin plus the glucose. Okay? So, transport both the glucose and the potassium to the cell. So, this is the purpose of this one. Okay? So, kuha. Okay, next. How about number 3? Let's go to number 3. Ang number 3 natin, guys, is we have aluminum hydroxide. Okay? Your number 3 is aluminum hydroxide. So, baka magtataka kayo, di ba, sir, antacid to, sir? Yes, this is an antacid. Pero, hindi para sa ulcer ang ano natin dito. So, I say aluminum hydroxide, the action of aluminum hydroxide is it binds, okay, the phosphorus. Okay. So, it binds the phosphorus. So, ibabayin niya si phosphorus plus, then, it excretes. Okay? Excretes the phosphorus. Okay? So, again, via stool. So, what is the goal here? Okay? The goal or the effect of this one is they decreases the serum phosphorus. Okay? They decrease the serum phosphorus. Yan. So, simple as that lang, ha? So, again, this is an antacid, pero hindi ito ginagamit para pang ano ng kanyang pang-neutralize ng hydrochloric acid, hindi. So, may isang function pala si aluminum hydroxide. And one of the function of aluminum hydroxide is to bind the phosphorus para ipalabas si phosphorus. Kasi in renal failure, mataas si phosphorus in the blood. Okay? So, yan po ang mga dapat tandaan. Yes, Sir Robert. Yes, kaso mawasan ng sugar. Kaya guys, be careful also with insulin because there is hypoglycemia. No? Okay, so one of the side effect of the insulin is, of course, hypoglycemia. Yes, okay. So, yun po ang mga dapat tandaan natin. Okay, very good, sir. Okay, very interactive ang mga estudyante natin dito, guys. Perfect, no? So, again, of course, we are live here, class, with our master class inside the Zoom. At the same time, it is also live in Facebook. So, I cannot see your comment in Facebook. Again, if this live is getting into your newsfeed, class, comment into the comment section from where you are watching from. Okay. Now, how about next? Okay. Number 4, another drug. Okay. Another drug that we'll be tackling is epoetin epogen. So this one is the synthetic. Okay. This is your synthetic erythropoietin. Poietin. So, simplify lang to, ha? So, guys, ang karaniwang tinatanong lang dito sa exam is what's the action of epoetin, or the brand is Epogen. So, your action test is they stimulate, okay, stimulates RBC production. Okay? They stimulate RBC production. So, how is it as in the exam? So, paano ba ito tinatanong sa exam? So, tinatanong, what is a sign of effectiveness? Okay. So, sometimes, class, hindi na nila sinusulat, class, ang effectiveness, class, kasi obvious na hindi na sinusulat ang increased RBC, but you can check increased RBC. But aside from this one, ang possible na lumalabas sa exam is we have your increase ang hemoglobin. Increase ang hematocrit. So, ganyan ang mga possible na lumalabas. Of course, hindi naman obvious na RBC din ang ilagay ni BON. Okay, so increase RBC. And another thing, what are the important things to remember here? Of course, with you say Epogen, class, one of the side effect of this drug is hypertension. Kasi pag tumataas ang mga volume ng RBC natin, tumataas ang hemoglobin, hematocrit, okay, it might increase the volume of the blood. That's why hypertension is a common side effect. Okay? Now, how about the route, sir? So the route for this one, guys, is we can have your... No. The route for this one is sub-Q. Okay? So we have your sub-Q plus ang route. Not oral. This is not oral, class, because this is degraded in the GIT. Degraded in the GIT. And another thing, guys, okay, ano pang mga dapat tandaan natin dito? Onset. Okay, the onset is 2 to 6 weeks. Medyo matagal-tagal. Patience is a virtue talaga to. Okay, so this is refrigerated also. Okay, so baka magtanong, so sir, storage, sir, is we have the ref. Basta importante, avoid ang freezer. Okay, storage is ref. Okay, avoid ang freezer. Okay, because of course, class baka mag-frozen, so it will damage the molecules of the drug. Okay, so ref lang. Body of the ref lang. Okay, so guys, what I would like you to highlight, alert. So mga estudyante dyan, alert, increase ang RBC production. Okay, and the onset is 2 to 6 weeks. No? So anyway, we will have further discussion of the on the pharmacology side. But right now, we will focus on the nursing management of the renal failure. Okay? So, punta na tayo sa nursing management. So, this is now the last part. So, first and foremost, number 1 is we have to monitor the fluid and electrolyte balance. Okay? So, fluid and electrolyte balance. Okay? So, nurses, okay, we have, first one is weigh daily. Okay? Weigh daily. So, guys, I would like you to highlight this one. Okay? Please highlight this one. So, when you say weigh daily, class, what this is considered as the best indicator. Okay? Best indicator of the fluid status. Okay? Because nurses, 1 kilogram weight gain or weight loss is equivalent to 1 liter. Okay? 1 kilogram weight gain, weight loss is equivalent to 1 liter. So that's why weigh. So palagi talaga to, lalo na kapag mga renal disorder, okay, aside sa urine output, the weight of the patient. Okay, so guys, please highlight that one. Number 2, baseline data. Okay, so aside from the weight, of course, nandyan talaga si weight dyan, class. We have also baseline data for the vital signs, especially of course, the blood pressure is very common. What else? The urine output. So, kailangan talaga may baseline yan, class, para malaman, ma-evaluate natin after. No? And of course, number 3, we have the laboratory. Okay? Labs, especially the electrolyte. No? And of course, the creatinine, the BUN. So, we need to have a baseline data. Okay? Para in the end, ma-evaluate natin, ay, nag-improve si patient. Next one, okay? Avoid nephrotoxicity. Number 3, right there in your notes. Avoid nephrotoxicity. Okay, so of course, as much as possible, guys, okay, be caution lang with some of the drugs, nephrotoxic drugs, okay, the lead, okay, and your dye, okay. And another one, meds as ordered. So basically, class, for the medication, we can have your Kayexalate. Okay, we have already discussed this one. Okay, we can have your insulin for short term or for emergency. And of course, we have for hyperkalemia, class, we can have your aluminum hydroxide. Aluminum hydroxide. And then we have, sorry. We can also add, guys, of course, for anemia. Okay. For anemia in renal failure. Okay. So we can have your Epogen. We can have your Epogen. Okay. So, yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Robert. Okay. So, we have also the 50% Nexos. Of course, that is your glucose, guys. No? Okay. Kanina po yun. So, by the way, what I would like you to highlight here, guys, please highlight also, aside from the weight, nurses, we have your vital signs, urine output laboratory, and of course, guys, we have your drugs, Kayexalate, and we have your insulin. Okay? And if you have hyperkalemia class, plus nag-dysrhythmias ni patient, we can also have your sodium bicarbonate. No? So because your sodium bicarbonate, it is used to protect the heart. So kapag may dysrhythmias po. Okay. Now, let's go to number 2. So guys, if you are done with this one, okay, screenshot everyone. Screenshot everyone. How about number 2? Okay, let's go to number 2, guys. This is what I'm telling you, guys. If the patient has renal failure, we need to have an adequate diet. No? So, basing on the things that we have learned, so we have to decrease the protein. I-restrict natin ang protein class. So, first and foremost, restrict protein. Why? The end product of protein, okay, the end product of protein is urea, which is a waste product. So, kapag kain ka ng protein, guys, ang tendency, mag-accumulate ang urea. Okay, nakuha? So, that's why very, very important if you have kidney failure or renal failure, we have to decrease the protein. We have to decrease the protein. And next, potassium. So, si potassium, of course, may hyperkalemia si patient. So, anong gagawin natin kay potassium, guys? We have to decrease. So, as much as possible, class, we have to avoid mga foods that are rich in potassium. Of course, alam nyo ito, be? Anong mga foods na rich in potassium, guys? Yung mga nasa Facebook Live ngayon. You can comment, be? Especially mga nurses, alam ito. Especially kapag nasa Pilipinas. Okay, greens. Okay, vegetable. Aside from that one, Sir Robert. Very good. Tama. Vegetable. We have your broccoli, cauliflower, banana. Okay, so we have your avoid banana. Okay, we have your avocado. Okay, yan ang mga medyo mataas sa potassium, guys. Okay, we have what else? We have apricot. If in case magte-take kayo ng NCLEX, okay, in the future, apricot. We have your cantaloupe. We have your cantaloupe. We have your citrus fruits. Okay, citrus fruits. Medyo malamig dito ngayon. Plus 0 degrees Celsius, guys. And of course, the greens. Okay, sa mga potato. The greens class, no? We have your cauliflower. We have your broccoli. Okay. Or the green leafy vegetables. Okay, green leafy. Okay. And of course, we can have your potato. Okay, potato. Now, how about the next one? Next, guys, is decrease ang sodium. So that's why maraming beses tayong naririnig class, especially with our elderly or even our doctor's class na, oh, wag nang kakain ng mga chippy. Yan palang dahilan. So we have to decrease the sodium. So guys, okay, we have to avoid, what are the things to be avoided class? Processed. Tocino, longanisa, hotdog, chorizo, angkoy, okay? So we have your bacon, hotdog, okay? Processed food, avoid canned foods, sa mga sardinas. Mag-ingat din, no? Processed foods, okay? Ang processed food kasama din ang mga, ano guys, cheese, ketchup, no? Hindi lang yung mga processed meat, no? So we have your processed meat or foods. Okay, example ng foods, ketchup, guys. So, sa board exam kasi, example kasi yan eh. Can, what else? Instant. So, yung mga student meal natin, guys, noodles. Ay, okay. Pizza, cheese, very good. Mga salty foods, yes. Okay, instant, like for example, mga noodles, guys. Okay, so those are high in sodium. So, you have to avoid. Okay, what else pa? Ano pang mga bawal class? Okay, chips. Ano? Mga chips natin, nurses. Okay. And possible we have your seafoods. Okay, mga seafoods. And then, another one. Okay, si carbohydrate. Okay lang si carbohydrate, guys. Okay? We can increase the carbohydrates. There's no problem with carbohydrate, nurses. Okay. So, another one is restrict fluid. Okay? Medyo marami-rami ng mga example natin. Tanggalin ko lang tong mga example, guys, ha, para hindi masyadong, ano, guys. Okay. So, for a while, I'll just erase this one. Hopefully, nakakopy kayo kanina. Okay? Tanggalin ko lang para hindi masyadong, ano. So, sodium is, we have your decrease. Basta, avoid lang ang processed, okay? Ang mga processed meat, ang mga canned, okay? Ang mga instant. Then the carbohydrate, pwedeng increase the carbohydrate, guys. Then restrict fluids, okay? So I say restrict fluids, guys, less than 1 liter per day. So as much as possible, kapag may renal failure, tinatago natin yung mga picture, guys, or dapat nakaano lang talaga na 1 day, less than 1 liter. That is restrict fluid. And nursing alert. May alert ako dito, guys. Speaking of nursing alert, there is allowed class in your renal failure. There is a protein that is allowed, and the term is high biologic protein. High biologic protein. Okay? What is this high biologic protein class? Example is we have your egg. Okay? Example, we have your milk. Okay? Why, sir? These are the type of protein na enough ang amino acid. A is amino acid. Okay? Especially the egg white. No? Enough ang amino acid without resulting to excessive urea production. So, okay pala itong high biologic protein class, no? Okay, so mataas sila sa protein, guys, but without, okay, hindi sila maka-excessive production of urea because we all know that the end product of protein is urea. Diba? So, protein, amino acid, i-break down, nitrogen. Ang nitrogen, i-convert into ammonia. Okay, so si ammonia hindi pa ma-excrete. So, kailangan i-convert into urea. Urea is the only excretable byproduct of protein. And where is urea excreted? In the kidney. So, kung sira si kidney, guys, if the kidney is damaged, guys, that's why your urea is retained in the blood. So, at least, allowed ni ang itlog at saka gatas. And some lean meat. Diba? Okay. And there's some lean meat. Okay, sodium swells the body. That's true. Very good, Sir Robert. That's true. That's why we have to avoid foods that are high in sodium or high in salt, no? Okay, very good. Okay, yes, Ma'am Laika, may mga sumasagot pala dito sa ating ano, guys. Okay, yes, decrease the salty foods, Ma'am Jacqueline. Yes, pizza, cheese, tama. So those are the example, no? Okay, now let's go now to the last slide. Okay. Ang last slide natin. Guys, ang dialysis and hemodialysis, it will be a separate management, guys, because these are medical management. So, we will be up to here lang. Huh? Okay, so, guys, number 3, prevent cross-infection. So, hand washing is very, very important. Of course, this is the single best way to prevent infection. Kapag ang isang nurse hindi nag-hand washing, mortal sin. Is a mortal sin. Okay, room. Okay, room is private. Ladies and gentlemen, private ang room ni patient. As much as possible, this is ideal again. Vital signs to check if infection, it's the temp. Okay, ang temperature natin. And of course, the patient needs rest. Okay? Rest. Hindi siya magpunta-punta sa mga crowded places as much as possible, guys. Ha? Okay? Or hindi siya magpunta-punta sa mga station na rest. And maintain skin integrity because we all know that there is itchiness, no? Okay, so this is related to the itchiness of the patient kasi may itchiness ang patient natin dito if we have renal failure. Okay, there is pruritus. Okay, so related to itchiness. Okay, for a while. Yan natin to para ano siya guys, para clear. So this is related to itchiness. Okay, and for the bath we have tepid water. Okay, and lotion. So of course guys, kapag Brunner and Soder plus Aveeno. Aveeno ang example. Okay. Fingernails. Okay. For the fingernails, keep them short. Okay. So we have to keep them short. Okay. And if itchy, if hindi mo talaga kaya guys, and if it's itchy guys, use your knuckles. Okay. Huwag yung fingernails, no? Use the knuckles if itchy na talaga. So ayan. And avoid, of course, plus avoid alcohol. Okay. So, ang alcohol, kasi it's drying to the skin. So, this is drying, okay, to the skin. Okay? Drying to the skin. So, by the way, guys, I would like you to highlight this one, no? So, keep them short, fingernails, lotion, Aveeno, tepid water, and then if hindi na talaga kaya class, itchy na talaga, guys, we have your keep them short. Okay? Keep them short.